JDs and gentlemen, goys and burls, welcome back to the channel, and I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Happy Monday. We're starting things out fresh this week with a little more Xdefiant news and going into a little bit of discussion regarding some features that are going to be coming later at launch. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It means the world to me. We upload almost every single day here on the channel. The support recently has been insane. You guys have been blowing it up over here, and just want to let you guys know, a lot of you have been asking, so there'll be a link down in the description over to a Discord server. We've built a community Discord server if you guys want to come hang out, talk with me, some of my friends, and just everyone talk about anything. I mean, that server is the most random discussion I've ever seen, but it's a good way for me to brighten up my day because I have a lot of fun talking to you guys. So if you guys want to do that, there'll be a link down in the description, but nonetheless, let's hop into today's video. So many of you might not know, actually, that Xdefiant was originally titled Tom Clancy's Xdefiant before dropping the name completely during the rebrand. But during those days of Tom Clancy's Xdefiant, they had a lot of behind closed doors NDA-style tests, and I've played in a ton of them. I've been doing this for like years for them, and I think that's probably why this game is so close and near and dear to my heart. I've seen it go from what it was as a just kind of blocky, not textured style game, it felt like, all the way up to where it is now with anticipation and everything building for the game to launch. And here's one thing I want to ask you guys real quick before we jump too deep into this video. I've had some comments and I've seen some tweets about how this game missed its window or it's dead, there's no hype and all that stuff, and I kind of want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on that, because we've been kind of vocal here on the channel that I think the game has a chance to compete with other marketing titles, and I'm going to say Call of Duty. As much as people are like, quit talking about COD, well, you have to compare it to something, and that's the closest thing to compare it to. But I just truly think that the community that's built around Xdefiant, I've seen it myself firsthand in my comment sections on the Discord, in my Discord now. I've seen people just kind of fall in love with this game and talk about this game so much, and there's still a lot of anticipation. Now, obviously, there are a ton of trolls out there. There are people that are going to want to see this game fail for whatever reason. I don't know what kind of joy people get out of negativity towards other people, but I still think this game has a lot of potential, and I think that it being free to play is a huge thing for it. But let me know your guys' thoughts on that. Is the hype coming back? Did the hype ever die down for you? Are you still just as excited? Will you play it? I just kind of want to know those things. But going along with what I said about the NDA test is there was a game mode then that was a single life SND style mode that I was able to play, and I had a ton of fun with it. It was kind of unbalanced with the characters and stuff, but remember, this was in a very, very early phase of this game with no intentions of launching or having a beta anytime soon. It was PC exclusive for just the test and stuff. There were watermarks on your screen so you didn't post or share any content, and the game overall was in a whole different state than it is now. But we've never seen that return. Now, we've had Mark Rubin comment before talking about, hey, an S&D style mode is something we're looking into, we would like to have. So yesterday, Mark Rubin was a little active on Twitter, so I decided, hey, let's shoot him a message and ask him. So I said, wondering about the single life S&D mode. Are we looking at having it for launch or later? And Mark Rubin actually responded and said, post-launch, I don't know if I can say more yet. And the reason I kind of think he's saying that, obviously, is because they don't know the full thing about the mode. They don't know when the post content will come. But I asked some people in Discord and kind of took to my friends just kind of get their thoughts and opinions and stuff. And people did mention that they believe the kill cams are probably the reason why that this mode is delayed, not having kill cams alongside of it. If there's one thing I could take away from what I can remember of playing that mode back then, is that kill cams are kind of necessity in that style of mode. Not knowing where you're being killed from or anything like that in kind of a first-person shooter just felt like wrong to me. I know there's other games that don't have kill cams in single life modes, but when it comes to it, I don't know, it just didn't flow well without them. So I think that's something they're waiting to bring to the game. We know kill cams are confirmed, so that's something I'd like to see, but it's cool to know that there is a lot of post content that we're going to be getting, and S&D being one of those. And I honestly am fine with it coming afterwards. Being able to learn the maps and grind out guns and weapon camos and just kind of play the game in a respawn style mode is going to be fun. Not having to go and worry about, am I using the right gun for S&D and not having it leveled or whatever it might be. I think it's going to be pretty cool to have it coming as post content, something to be excited for. And speaking of post content, I did want to say another thing that we've talked about once on the channel that I actually discussed a little bit too was Clan Wars coming back. If you guys don't know what Clan Wars are, back in Modern Warfare 3, like the OG one, not the current one, there were a Call of Duty Elite Clan Wars, and it was basically you could build these clans with your friends, and you would compete for like the most kills, most damage, whatever it might be in these kind of tournament style leaderboards. And it was just a fun experience. It was cool to do. And I remember growing up and doing them. And it's just like another aspect of competitive that you can do. And knowing about building like a community and stuff and all that, it would be so cool for on the channel for us to be able to bring back something like that for Clan Wars. So honestly, there's a lot of stuff that Xdefiant is trying to hit on the head. We've said it before. Let's get the game in the players' hands. And it seems like that's the route we're going, because Season 0 is right around the corner, the preseason, and their goal is to just get the game in people's hands to finally shut us up about where is the game. And after that, we have a whole roadmap of content. We know that we're getting stuff throughout the lifespan of it. We know that Mark Rubin said there's already 12 maps that are post-content set and ready, so we have a ton of stuff to look forward to. But getting the game in our hands, that's step one. But I do think that this is hitting that like itch that people have for that nostalgic arcade fun game. And the amount of content that they put into the game is going to determine how many people come back and play it, the replayability, and honestly, I truly think Xdefiant is setting itself up for a successful launch. At this point, I kind of agreed with a lot of people that they missed the window of opportunity, but I never thought there wouldn't be another one, and I think we're starting to get back to that time of having another one. One other thing I did want to quickly touch on for you guys that I think is a pretty big thing, because when games don't have this, I lose my mind. There is going to be an auto sprint feature, so you can just press your stick forward without having to click it in. Through the lifespan of slide canceling in Call of Duty, I have destroyed many, many controllers, and I don't want to have to do that again when it comes to Xdefiant. Call of Duty had introduced a tactical sprint, so I was clicking that stick in, and I was like, please just give us auto tac sprint. They eventually did, and I'm hoping that we kind of have that same thing with this, with Xdefiant, where we don't have to just break my thumbsticks every time I want to play a game. But all said and done, I wanted to give you guys a quick little update. You know, I will post a video as soon as we find out more information on the official release date. I know we're still launching for that end of March is the latest kind of date, but I do think things are coming a lot sooner than later. So, I love you guys to death. I appreciate all the love and support recently here on the channel. You guys have been amazing. There's been so much stuff going on. You guys are just blowing the channel up, and I'm all for it. So, you guys are beautiful, one of a kind, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, you know what to do.
Deuces, boys.